Here are 5 powerful ways to talk about your dreams in English. And we start right now.
Welcome everyone to English Conversation Practice. I am so happy you are here today. My name is Mark. I work in an office downtown. I take the subway every morning, and I drink way too much coffee. My coworkers have started an intervention.
Ha! And I am Sarah. I work from home with my cat Luna, who is currently sitting on my laptop charger because she enjoys chaos.
Classic Luna behavior. So today we are talking about dreams, and not the weird ones where you show up to school with no pants on.
No, we mean your hopes, your wishes, your plans for the future, the things you want for your life.
This topic is perfect for English learners because it comes up constantly in real conversation. Someone asks you at a dinner, "So what do you really want to do with your life?" Or a friend says, "If you could live anywhere, where would it be?" These are dream questions, and you need to be able to answer them naturally.
Today, we give you real vocabulary, real sentence structures, real expressions, things people actually say, not textbook robot English.
Exactly. So let us start simple. Sarah, what is a small, everyday dream you have right now?
A small dream I have is to finally get my apartment fully decorated. I moved in over a year ago, and I still have one completely empty wall just staring at me every morning.
1 year and still an empty wall. That wall must feel very unloved.
It judges me. I can feel it. But a fun small dream I also have is to grow fresh herbs on my kitchen windowsill. Basil, rosemary, mint. I want to be the kind of person who reaches over while cooking and snips fresh herbs straight into the pan.
That is a very aspirational lifestyle. Right now, I am the kind of person who finds a dried out herb packet at the back of the cupboard from 3 years ago and uses it anyway.
We have all done that. What is your small dream, Mark?
My small dream is to learn how to make proper homemade pasta. Not from a box. Real pasta from scratch, flour, and eggs, rolled by hand.
I love that dream. That is a very satisfying Sunday afternoon dream.
Exactly. Flour everywhere, sauce simmering for hours, the whole thing. That is the vision.
So for small dreams, you can say, my dream is to learn how to make pasta at home. Or a simple dream I have is to grow herbs on my balcony. Or I have always wanted to blank, but I have not started yet.
Two key structures to remember. My dream is to, plus a verb, and I dream of, plus a verb ending in ing. My dream is to travel. I dream of traveling. My dream is to learn Spanish. I dream of speaking Spanish fluently.
Practice both, everyone. They are extremely useful in real conversation. So let us go bigger. Let us talk about dream jobs. Mark, what did you want to be when you were a kid?
Oh, this is embarrassing. When I was about 8 years old, I was completely convinced I was going to be a professional skateboarder.
A professional skateboarder.
Full commitment. Posters on the wall. I used to watch videos for hours. I thought I was going to travel the world and get paid to skate.
Can you skate now?
I tried last year with my nephew and nearly broke my wrist in the first 10 minutes. So that dream evolved significantly.
What happened to it?
I grew up, realized how competitive it was. And also I got extremely carsick on a school trip and lost my enthusiasm for anything involving speed and motion for a while.
That will do it. I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was small.
That is lovely. Because of Luna?
Because of the ocean, actually. I watched every documentary. I wanted to study sharks and dolphins. I thought it would be mostly playing with sea creatures.
And then you found out what a biology career actually involves.
A lot of chemistry and a lot of blood, and I faint at the sight of blood, so that was a significant obstacle for a medical career.
A fairly important detail, yes.
The dream changed, but the love of animals stayed. And I think that is interesting. Dreams do not die completely, they transform. The specific goal changes, but the feeling behind it, the thing that attracted you to that dream in the first place, that often stays with you.
Absolutely. My race car dream came from loving competition and speed and storytelling. I do not drive fast now, but I follow Formula One obsessively, and I love competitive stories in all forms. The seed survived even when the flower grew differently.
I love that image. The seed was the same. The flower just grew differently.
So what is your dream job now? The adult version.
My dream job now is to be a novelist. To write fiction. I love books. I love the way a great story pulls you into a completely different world and makes you forget where you are. I want to create that for someone else.
Have you started writing?
I have a document on my laptop called The Novel, where I have written approximately 4,000 words and rewritten the opening paragraph 11 times.
So you have started. That counts.
It counts, but it is slow. The dream is alive, though. My goal is to finish a first draft by the end of this year.
And that distinction is so important. The dream is to become a novelist. The goal is to finish a draft by December. The dream is big and distant. The goal is specific and achievable. You need both.
Exactly. A dream without a goal is just a wish. A dream with a goal becomes a plan.
My dream job now is to be a documentary filmmaker. I love storytelling. I am fascinated by real people and real places. I want to travel somewhere remote and tell a story that most people have never heard.
What would your first documentary be about?
Communities that have chosen to live differently. People who have left conventional life behind and built something new. I am genuinely fascinated by people who chose a completely different path and what they found there.
I would watch that documentary.
I hope so. You might be my only viewer, like your novel.
We are going to be very niche content creators.
The most important kind.
Let us talk about travel dreams because this might be my favorite category.
Mine too. There is something about imagining yourself somewhere completely different that is instantly exciting.
Where is at the top of your travel dream list right now, Sarah? Morocco, specifically Marrakech. I have been obsessed for months.
Tell me everything.
The old Medina, the narrow winding streets, the colors, the spice markets, the architecture. The riads with those inner courtyards and tiled fountains. It feels like stepping into a completely different world.
Have you done research?
So much research. I know where I want to stay. I have a list of restaurants. I want to visit the Majorelle Garden. I want to get completely lost in the souks.
Getting lost in a souk sounds terrifying to me, honestly.
That is the adventure. You wander and discover things you never would have found following a map.
I admire that. I need a very detailed itinerary printed out and laminated, preferably.
Both approaches are valid. What about you? Where do you most dream of going?
New Zealand, both islands. At least a month.
A month. That is serious commitment.
New Zealand deserves a month. Mountains, fjords, beaches, geothermal areas, incredible Maori culture. I do not want to rush through it.
What specifically do you want to do?
I want to hike the Milford Track, which is one of the greatest walks in the world. And I want to spend real time in a small town. Go to a Saturday market. Eat at a local restaurant. Slow down and actually experience the place instead of just photographing it.
The difference between being a tourist and being a traveler.
Exactly. I have done the rush through 6 countries in 10 days. Kind of trip. It is fun, but you do not feel like you know any of the places you visited. You have photos, but you do not remember the smell of the morning air.
Travel memories are sensory, not just visual.
The best ones always are. The unexpected conversation with a stranger, the restaurant with no menu that you trusted completely, and the food was extraordinary. The wrong turn that led somewhere beautiful.
For travel dreams, you can say, I dream of visiting Morocco. Or one of my biggest travel dreams is to spend a month in New Zealand. Or someday, I would love to experience blank for myself.
Adding because makes you sound more fluent. I dream of visiting Morocco because I am fascinated by the architecture and the culture. I want to go to New Zealand because I want to experience something completely different from my everyday life.
The because shows you have actually thought about the dream. It opens the conversation. Do you have a second travel dream?
Iceland. For the Northern Lights?
Yes. That is on so many lists, and for good reason.
The whole landscape. Volcanoes and glaciers and waterfalls and geothermal pools. It looks like another planet. A friend told me it genuinely felt like walking on the moon in some places.
I have heard that. Like the ground itself looks alien.
And apparently Reykjavik has become a genuinely great food city in recent years, which is a bonus.
You go for the aurora and stay for the lamb soup.
Exactly the plan. What is your second travel dream, Sarah?
Japan. And I know everyone says Japan, but there is a very good reason everyone says Japan.
There really is.
The food alone would be worth the trip. But I also love the aesthetic of it. Traditional and ultramodern coexisting in the same city. A 1,000-year-old temple next to a sleek glass building. That contrast is so visually interesting.
And the countryside is completely different from the cities. Bamboo forests, rice fields, mountain villages, very peaceful.
I want to rent a bicycle and ride through the countryside for a week with no particular plan.
That sounds perfect. Pure freedom.
One more. A different kind of travel dream. I want to take a really long train journey.
Yes, like the Trans-Siberian Railway.
Something like that. There is something about watching the landscape change slowly outside a window that feels deeply romantic to me. The journey as the destination.
Not rushing to arrive somewhere, just being in motion, reading, thinking, watching the world change through the glass.
That is the dream exactly. Okay, let us shift to skill dreams. Things you want to learn, abilities you want to develop.
Skill dreams are interesting because they are often the most achievable. You do not always need money. You need time and commitment and a willingness to be a beginner again.
That last part is the hardest for adults.
It is. When you are a child, it is expected and normal to be bad at things. As an adult, there is this uncomfortable pressure to already know how to do everything.
Which stops so many people from even trying.
Such a shame. Because being a beginner is where all the growth actually happens. So let us normalize it.
What is your biggest skill dream, Sarah? To speak Spanish fluently. And I do not mean ordering a coffee fluently. I mean really speaking. Telling stories, making jokes, understanding fast native speakers, reading novels in Spanish, dreaming in Spanish.
Dreaming in a language is the ultimate level.
It means your brain is not translating anymore. It is just thinking directly in the language.
Do you have any Spanish already?
Beginner to intermediate. I did some classes. I can handle basic conversation, but I fall apart when things get fast or complex.
The intermediate plateau. You know enough to communicate, but not enough to feel natural. Very common and very frustrating.
Extremely frustrating. My plan is 20 minutes of Spanish every day, a language app in the mornings, one short video in Spanish per day, and I have a language exchange partner online. She practices English with me, and I practice Spanish with her.
That is a smart approach. Consistent daily practice plus real conversation. That is genuinely how languages are learned.
What is your skill dream, Mark?
Photography. Real photography, not phone camera photography. I want to understand light and composition and tell stories through images.
Do you have a camera?
I bought a mirrorless camera 18 months ago, and I have used it mostly in automatic mode, which entirely defeats the purpose.
The camera is waiting patiently for you to take it seriously.
Every morning it looks at me. I say soon. It is not convinced.
What would you photograph if you really learned?
People, portraits, faces and expressions and the stories people carry in them. I want to do street photography. Capture ordinary moments that are quietly extraordinary.
That connects to your documentary dream. You are drawn to human stories in every form.
Yes, I think all my dreams circle around the same thing. Connection, understanding, witnessing other people's lives with care and attention.
That is beautiful. And very self-aware.
I do a lot of thinking on the subway.
Another skill dream I have is to learn to draw. Not professionally, just for myself. I want to be able to sit in a cafe and sketch the street outside.
I cannot draw at all. My stick figures look genuinely unwell.
Mine look like they are slowly melting. But I want to be able to capture Luna on paper.
Luna would be a wonderful and judgmental subject.
She sits very still when she is deciding whether to respect me. Let us talk about personal dreams now. The ones about your actual life, your relationships, the way you want to live day to day.
These are sometimes the most meaningful dreams and also the ones people are shyest about sharing. Because they feel more vulnerable.
Saying I dream of visiting Tokyo is easy. People respond with enthusiasm. But saying I dream of finally feeling at home in myself, That is harder to say out loud.
And yet those deeper dreams are often the ones that matter most. They are connected to how genuinely happy you are on a daily basis.
So let us be brave. Mark, what is a personal dream you have about the life you want to build?
A big personal dream I have is to live somewhere slower at some point in my life. I love the city genuinely. The energy, the culture, the variety. But I have this persistent dream of having a base somewhere quieter, maybe near the water, or in a small town somewhere in southern Europe. Somewhere mornings are genuinely quiet and you can hear birds.
Do you see yourself leaving the city completely?
Not entirely. I think I will always want access to cities for work and culture. But the dream is a place I can go for weeks at a time and completely reset. Somewhere I can think clearly, cook slowly, sleep well, return to the city feeling human again.
The restoration dream. I understand that completely.
What about yours, Sarah? A personal dream about your life?
One of my deepest personal dreams is to build a real creative community around me. People who are making things, writers, painters, musicians. Not necessarily famous or successful, just people who take their creative lives seriously and genuinely support each other.
A creative circle.
Yes, I have friends I love very much, but most of them work in finance or tech. And sometimes I want to talk about stories and ideas and the process of making something, and I do not always have that conversation easily.
That kind of community is rare, but when people find it, it changes everything.
I have found individual people like that here and there, but I dream of a real group, regular dinners, sharing work in progress, encouraging each other. That creative friction and warmth I imagine artists had when they lived close together in Paris or New York in a different era.
The salon culture. Regular gatherings of people who inspire each other.
Exactly that. For my actual real life, not just as a fantasy.
And you could start it. That is the thing about community dreams. You do not wait for someone to invite you. You send the first invitation yourself.
The dream of community starts with one dinner invitation. I like that.
Another personal dream for me is a better morning routine. Right now, my mornings are chaotic. I snooze 3 times, I rush, I arrive at my desk stressed and already behind.
My mornings are exactly the same. I eat toast over the kitchen sink, checking emails. It is not my finest hour.
The dream is to wake up and have actual time. Time for a proper breakfast, coffee without a screen, maybe 10 minutes of reading, a short walk, arrive at work feeling like I have already had a real life before the workday begins.
That sounds so simple, and yet so many people cannot make it happen.
Because morning routines require discipline the night before. You have to go to bed at a reasonable time. You have to put the phone down. The morning dream is actually a whole lifestyle change hiding inside a small daily habit.
Which is why it stays a dream for so many people, including me. But we keep aspiring.
Always. Do you have a dream about relationships? About connection?
I dream of being more present with the people I care about. Technology has made it so easy to be physically with someone, but mentally somewhere else. Looking at your phone, half listening, thinking about something else.
Very relatable and a little uncomfortable to admit.
I want to be the kind of person who is fully there, eyes and mind and heart all in the same conversation. That feels like a genuine dream for me, because it takes real effort against the pull of constant distraction.
That is something you can practice every single day. Every conversation is an opportunity to choose presence.
Exactly. It is less about dramatic life changes and more about the quality of attention you bring to ordinary moments.
The small daily dream of becoming more of the person you actually want to be.
Let us talk about dreams for other people, because I think we all hold dreams not just for ourselves, but for the people we love.
Some of my most emotional dreams are for other people. Yes,
I dream that my younger brother finds work that excites him. He has been in a job that makes him miserable for years, and I so badly want him to discover something that makes him feel alive.
that is such a loving dream to carry for someone. And there is a particular helplessness in it because you cannot make it happen for them. You can support, but ultimately, they have to find their own path.
That is the hardest part. caring about someone's dream more than they seem to at that moment.
I dream that my parents travel more. They worked so hard their whole lives. Now they have more time and I dream of them having adventures, experiencing the joy of discovery that travel brings.
Have you encouraged them?
I have. But they are very comfortable in their routines, which is completely valid. But I want more than comfort for them. I want moments of genuine wonder.
That is a tender dream to have for your parents.
It comes entirely from love.
Okay, the final stretch. Let us talk about the biggest dreams, the ones that feel almost too large to say out loud.
The ones that make your heart beat a little faster when you think about them.
Those exact ones. Mark, what is your biggest dream?
My biggest dream, the one I feel most vulnerable saying, is to make something that lasts, not fame, not necessarily money, but to create something that genuinely helps someone, that a person finds on a difficult night and thinks, I needed this exactly.
That is extraordinary.
I want to feel like I contributed something real, that I was here and I made something that mattered to at least one person. That feels like the most important thing when I imagine looking back at the end of my life.
That dream is at the heart of why most people create things. That desire for meaningful connection across time and distance.
Not look at me. More, here, I made this for you.
My biggest dream is to feel genuinely at home in myself. That sounds abstract, but I know what I mean by it. There are moments where I feel completely at ease, like I am exactly where I should be, doing exactly what I should be doing, being fully who I am. I dream of that feeling being my normal, rather than something I stumble into occasionally.
That is such an important dream. A lot of people chase external things, success, status, money, because they believe those things will produce that feeling. But it actually comes from the inside.
Yes. And I think practicing certain things, creativity, honesty, presence, connection, those things build that feeling slowly over time. It is not a destination, it is a direction you choose again every single day.
The dream of becoming more yourself. I love that.
Okay, let us give everyone some concrete language to use. Because we have talked about many ideas today, and now, let us make sure our listeners have the actual tools to express their own dreams in English.
Great. Let us go through the key structures. Everyone say these out loud if you can. Speaking aloud is how you build real confidence with a language.
First structure. My dream is to, plus a verb. My dream is to travel through South America. My dream is to open a small bookshop. My dream is to become fluent in Japanese.
Second structure. I dream of plus a verb ending in ing. I dream of living somewhere peaceful. I dream of speaking 3 languages. I dream of writing something that moves people.
Third. One day I hope to plus a verb. One day I hope to have a studio where I can create freely. One day I hope to feel like I have truly found my path.
Fourth. I have always wanted to plus a verb. I have always wanted to learn to sail. I have always wanted to live abroad for at least a year. I have always wanted to know what I am truly capable of.
Fifth. My goal is to plus a verb. My goal is to finish my first chapter by the end of this month. My goal is to practice Spanish for 20 minutes every day. My goal is to save enough to travel for 3 months next year.
And sixth. I would love to plus a verb. I would love to wake up one morning somewhere I have never been. I would love to meet people who inspire me every day. I would love to feel proud of the work I do.
6 structures. My dream is to. I dream of. One day I hope to. I have always wanted to. My goal is to. I would love to.
Say them again with us. My dream is to. I dream of. One day I hope to. I have always wanted to. My goal is to. I would love to.
Before the question of the day, I want to say something important. Not all dreams come true exactly the way we imagine them. And that is genuinely okay.
More than okay. It is part of how life works.
My marine biologist dream did not come true. But the love of nature and curiosity about living creatures that drove that dream, that is very much alive in me. Luna can confirm.
My race car driver dream did not come true, but the love of competition and storytelling that drove it led me toward documentary filmmaking, and sports writing. The seed was the same. The flower just grew differently.
And some dreams are still in progress, still being worked on, moved toward one small step at a time.
Like your novel,
Like my novel, and your photography, and our Spanish.
all still in progress, all still completely worth pursuing.
Here is the thing I want everyone to remember. You do not need your whole life figured out. You do not need a perfectly planned 10-year dream map. You need one small next step. What is the tiniest thing you could do today that moves you toward something you want? Read one page, send one message, look up one class, speak one sentence in the language you're learning. Start there.
The dream grows from the step, not the other way around.
Exactly. Okay. Our question of the day. What is one dream you have for your future? Big or small? Career, travel, skill, personal. Any dream counts.
Write it in the comments using one of the structures we practiced today. My dream is to. I dream of. One day I hope to. I have always wanted to. My goal is to. I would love to.
Write it in English, even if you are not confident yet. Especially if you are not confident. Writing it down makes it more real. Sharing it means you are not holding it alone.
And if you see someone else's dream in the comments, leave them some encouragement. You can do it. Keep going. I believe in you. That kind of support matters more than you think.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We genuinely love every person who listens and who practices English with us.
Remember that making mistakes is completely normal. It is how learning happens. Speak out loud when you can. Repeat the phrases we practiced. Be patient with yourself. Progress is happening even when you cannot feel it.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like it, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new one.
And share it with a friend who is learning English. It helps them, and it helps us reach more learners around the world.
Keep practicing, keep dreaming, and take care of yourselves.
Until next time on English Conversation Practice.
Goodbye, everyone.